Yo, book nerds. Oh my gosh. I finished reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. What a wild ride. I did not expect to like this book as much as I did. I enjoyed this so much. I could not put it down. This is one of the prequels to the Hunger Games series. This story is about Coriolanus Snow, who eventually will become President Snow in the original trilogy. So I was expecting this to be kind of a sympathetic read, like it'll be how Snow falls from grace and becomes this evil dictator, and it was so different than that. I expected to sympathize with him. I really did not. I did not like Coriolanus from the beginning. I will say I do think he goes from bad to worse, but I never really thought he was a good person. He has a couple of moments, but overall he's just not a likable person. And it was very interesting following him. You're not in his POV, it's not in first person, but the third person POV definitely is in his mind. You know his thoughts, you know his feelings, and it makes me uncomfortable at times, knowing what he thinks of other people and other classes of people. So Coriolanus, he's 18, he is about to graduate the academy, and he wants to go on to the university. But he has a lot at stake right now. His family is upper class. They were rich before the war, but now they really have no money. They're broke, but they're trying to keep up appearances. So nobody really knows that they're broke. And so he really needs to get a scholarship to go on to university so that he can take care of his family and keep up those appearances, because status is everything to him. How is he going to get this scholarship? Well, it's the 10th Hunger Games, and the Hunger Games are still kind of being developed. They've been going on for 10 years, but they're very different than the Hunger Games in the original trilogy. So they're trying to figure out ways to make the Hunger Games better and more engaging. And so they have decided to use students at the academy as mentors for the tributes. And Coriolanus is a mentor, and if he does well, he could get a scholarship. So he is throwing everything he's got into the Hunger Games and making his tribute look good and making sure that she has a chance to win. Coriolanus, through all this, you're in his mind, you know his thoughts. He's such a snooty person, and he looks down on everyone. He is better than everyone. He's such a narcissist. And it's so uncomfortable. And he's very manipulative. So he makes other people think that he cares about them, and then he really doesn't. He's just using them for his own ends. And it gives me anxiety, and I did not like how he made me feel. But in the best way. The writing is so good. His thoughts, he's suspicious of everyone. He's jealous, and it makes you, the reader, suspicious of everyone. But he's such an unreliable narrator. I'm wearing my unreliable narrator shirt because he is an unreliable narrator. You can't trust what he thinks as fact. And he makes me on edge. Like I said, there are still games in this book, but they're just different. They're a different perspective. You're not in the games. Coriolanus is not in the games. He is a mentor, so you're in a different perspective. The games aren't exactly what we're used to because they haven't developed into what they are in the original trilogy. So they're quite different, and it was very interesting. I still felt the games, even though they were very different kind of games, I still felt that there was a lot of intensity, and I never knew what was going to happen. And because Coriolanus is not in the games, we don't know who's going to win. We don't know if it's going to be his tribute. We don't know if it's going to be another tribute. And so the anxiety of watching the games along with Coriolanus and he has no control, really. Like, it adds to the anxiety of reading this. The games aren't the entire book, so once the games do end, like after that, I felt like there was a little bit of a drag just because the games are so intense. But then after a little bit, it does pick back up and it goes like 0 to 100 again. There were a couple points where I felt like it was actually almost like too rushed, but I really, really enjoyed this book overall. Like, it was intense. Besides a couple periods where I was like, come on, let's get through this little bit of drag. Like, overall, it was like 0 to 100. Very interesting, very action-packed, very intense, and I never knew what was going to happen. And as a prequel, like, obviously we know he's going to become the president. So, like, nothing bad can happen to Coriolanus, but bad things still do happen to Coriolanus. And it's like, wait, like, okay, now he's here. So how's he going to get there? Like I never knew what was going to happen. And I thought all the twists and turns were well thought out by Collins. And like, I never felt like anything was like too much. Like, there was never too many twists and turns. Like, it all was like, oh my gosh, I see why this can be. Oh my gosh, now I see why this can be. Like, it all made sense. And you just didn't see it until the reveal happened. So it was very, very good. Other fun things, personally, like a lot of, I didn't remember this from the original trilogy because it's been 10 plus years since I read it, but it was really fun getting back into this world because the names are a lot of Greek and Roman names, like Greek and Roman mythology names, or based off of those names. And I've been reading a lot of Greek and Roman mythology this year. So the coincidence that I'm going to get some more, like, is just so fun. Like, this is why you should read classics, because things pull from classics all the time, guys. Even modern day stuff pulls from classics. So that was fun. There's so much imagery when it comes to the songbirds and snakes. There's lots of bird and snake imagery. There's lots of music, ballad, you know, it's all very purposeful and intertwined very well. There's lots of wordplay. There's lots of nods and Easter eggs to the original trilogy. So if you have read it, you'll get to see those and you'll pick up on them. If you haven't read the original trilogy, though, I think you really can still get a lot out of this. Like, I don't think you'll miss anything if you start here. I think it's a very intense start to this series, and I think it's okay to start here. You don't need to read the original trilogy first. If you do, fine, you'll get all the Easter eggs. Like, either way, I think is fine. Either way. Overall, I just really enjoyed this book, and I think you should read it if you haven't. I wish I didn't wait as long as I did to read it. I was missing out. It was so, so good. Now I want to jump into some spoilers. So, spoiler alert, because I just have to get some stuff off of my chest. So, like I said, Coriolanus is like super jealous, and like he is super controlling over the people in his life. So, his tribute, her name is Lucy Gray, and she is this songbird. Like, she loves to sing, she wears bright colors, like she's very clearly supposed to be the songbird, which would make Coriolanus the snake. You know, you can't trust him, he's lying in wait, you know, and so like that imagery comes through there really easily. But supposedly he falls in love with Lucy Gray, and she falls in love with him because they're working together to make sure she survives the Hunger Games. And I think Coriolanus thinks he loves her. I don't think he actually loves her. He's using her. He likes the attention that she gets because she's so different than the other tributes, and he feeds off that because anything that makes him look good, like, he likes that if it makes him look good. And I just hate being in his head. He gets so jealous over anyone that like has anything to do with her, and I hate that. Like, he's so controlling, and he just wants to own her. He always says, she's my girl. That's my girl. And like, he gives me the creeps. I don't like him. Other things that give me the creeps, Dr. Gall, I do not like her. She is worse than Coriolanus. Like, Coriolanus is bad, but he's not the worst. Dr. Gall is the worst. And like, she is like the head game maker or whatever her title is. And she's sadistic. She's psychotic. She is evil. She experiments on people. She experiments on animals too, but like, she has no limits. She does not care. I mean, she poisons a girl because she told a white lie on an assignment. Like, I don't like Dr. Gall. Like, her name is obviously a play on the word Gall, because her name is spelled G-A-U-L, but you know, the word Gall, G-A-L-L. Like, she has no respect for anyone or anything. And she just thinks the entire world is like her. Like, everyone's bad because she's bad. Like, that's her perspective. But anyways, back to Coriolanus and Lucy Gray, because I have more to say about them. Like, before the games even actually start, like, Lucy Gray's being starved. It's the Hunger Games. Like, she's not being fed in the Capitol, and like, Coriolanus is like, how can I get food to her? I gotta get her to survive. And you're like, oh, maybe he does actually care. But no, then you realize, no, he just cares because if she dies, like, then he will have less chance to get a scholarship. Like, he only cares about keeping her alive because of how it benefits him. And so he's doing all this stuff for her just so she survives. Like, it's so frustrating because the way he like talks about it, it's like, oh, I need to get some food to her, she's gonna starve. And you're like, oh, maybe he does care. And then it's like, and then his next thought is like, oh, because if she dies, like, then I'm not gonna get my prize. And it's like, oh, I just wanted to throttle him like the entire time. And it's not just Lucy Gray that he like is controlling over. His friend Suzanne, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, he is very controlling over him. Suzanne is sympathetic to the districts, and he is kind of a rebel himself. And Coriolanus, like, he's friends with him, and he knows that it's going to reflect badly on him if people find out, like, that he's a rebel sympathizer. And so he's trying to control him instead of just distancing himself. Like, he's like, I need to like lock him down and make him listen to reason. And he just has to control everything because of how it'll look on him. And he's just, he's so controlling. And like, again, just when you think he's actually caring about someone, it's just about him. Like, so Janice gets in some hot water. I don't want to spoil too much, but he gets in some hot water, and some bad things happen to Sejanus, and Coriolanus is like crying about it, and you think, oh, he finally feels bad for Sejanus. And maybe he does, maybe a little bit, but he's also crying because it's going to reflect badly on him. And it's like, I am going to punch you. Like, why don't you have feelings? You have no empathy. Coriolanus seriously just cares about controlling everyone because he wants to control how people view him, and he wants to elevate his status. That status is everything. And he just wants people to fawn over him and know how amazing he is and how wonderful and how smart and just freaking awesome he is, when he's just a horrible person. He is smart, and that's what sucks too, because he's like really smart and he figures things out and he knows how to do things, and he's manipulative. Now I want to talk more about Lucy Gray because, oh my gosh, I have a few theories about her. Again, like, originally you think she's the songbird. She's got bright colors. She's singing all the time. She's part of a band of people that are called the covey, and a covey is like a small flock. And so like, there's so much bird imagery, it just makes sense. She's the songbird and he's the snake. And you know, this is a ballad, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So it's a love story between the songbird and the snake. And like, I definitely see that interpretation on the surface. I think there's more going on though. So like, I definitely think you can take this as Lucy Gray is innocent and she's just trying to survive. And Coriolanus is taking care of her. And the ending, like, I gotta spoil the ending. So again, spoiler alert if you don't want to know, like, they're gonna run away together. But then Coriolanus decides he doesn't want to run away because he really likes being in the capital and he wants to get back to the capital. And so one interpretation is she figures this out and she is they try to kill each other. And one interpretation is she's the songbird and she's just defending herself and she is just trying to survive. I don't necessarily believe that though. I don't know. Maybe it's just Coriolanus's like suspicious nature rubbing off on me, but I think she's a snake too. For a couple of reasons. I think she also has been using Coriolanus from the beginning, and I was just too focused on how awful Coriolanus is to notice that he's being used by Lucy Gray. And she uses people too. Maybe not to the same extent, but I think she's a snake as well. There's been like hints dropped, like her ex-boyfriend Billy says like she's not as sweet as she seems, you're gonna find out. Like that's foreshadowing, like maybe she is a snake too. We don't know why he says that. Like what has she done? She also just loves snakes. She's always got snakes. She can always find snakes and she uses them to attack people. And like, I don't know. I think it's too convenient. I don't think that she would just magically figure out that Coriolanus wants to go back to the capital. And I don't think she is killing him to try and defend herself. I think that from the beginning, she knew she needed him to survive the arena. So she latched onto him and pretended she loved him. And maybe he did fall in love with her. And when he shows back up in her life, she's like, oh, I'm not through this yet. Okay, now I got to keep playing the game and I got to get rid of him somehow. And she's just playing the game until she thinks she can get rid of him. And they're out in the woods and she's planned this from the beginning that she's going to get him alone and she's going to kill him. And like, obviously she doesn't kill him because he goes on to become president. And I think she is sneakier than we think. Like, I just do. I think it'd be very smart of Collins to write her that way because you're too busy watching Coriolanus and how awful he is and how sneaky he is to realize that Lucy Gray is also sneaky, like, or could be. Like, there's two interpretations, I think, and either one could be valid, and it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you, so you don't know. And Coriolanus obviously wins the fight in the woods, but we don't know if he killed her. She like disappears and he doesn't confirm that he killed her. So we never know. We never know if she's dead or if she's still out there. And there's also foreshadowing with her name. And earlier in the book, like they say her name comes from a song and they sing the song, and like this girl in the song, her name's Lucy Gray, and nobody knows what happened to her. Is she dead? Is she alive? Like what happened to her? Is she a ghost? Like nobody knows. And so like Lucy Gray, our character, has become the song by the end. Like we don't know what happened to her. Is she dead? Is she alive? Is she a ghost? Is she a snake? Is she a songbird? We don't know. She's just a big mystery. Like we thought we knew the entire book, and now it ends with her being this big mystery. And at first it kind of annoyed me that I didn't know what happened to her. But then like the smartness of kind of leaving that on a cliffhanger where we don't actually know and you have to decide for yourself, like I just thought that was really smart. And I don't remember Lucy Gray in the original trilogy, so I don't remember if she comes back. I don't feel like she does, but maybe I'm wrong. It's been 10 plus years since I read it, so I don't remember. But I think it was really well done, this ending, all these twists and turns, and you don't know what to believe anymore. There is an epilogue, and I think it's interesting to note that Coriolanus no longer goes by Coriolanus in the epilogue. He goes by Snow. And I think it just shows this shift from Coriolanus going from bad to worse. Like he at least had a little bit of a moral compass at the beginning of the book, but now by the end, like he is just stone. He doesn't care for people. He will only use them how they benefit him. And he has killed many people through this book, and he ends the book by killing another person, and like he has no remorse. His like mindset is, if you cross me, I will get you, and no one will cross me because they will know I will get them. Like that's his whole mentality now. And it's so good. It's not really, this book is not really like the downfall of Snow, because I don't feel like he was ever really a good person. But it definitely shows his spiral from bad to worse, from being a narcissistic 18-year-old to I am going to rule Panem and control everyone and be that dictator. And it'll be for their own good. Like, he truly believes that he knows what's best for everyone and he wants to control everything. And it's very creepy. I don't know why so many people don't like this book. Like, I have heard so many negative things about this book that going into it, I thought I wasn't going to like it, but I loved it. And I think what got most people is that they wanted Haymitch's story. And that's not what they get here. They get Coriolanus' story. So I think that people went into it maybe a little prejudiced, but I really liked it and I really think you should read it if you haven't. And good news! Haymitch has his own story, and I am going to be starting that now. I am going to be reading Sunrise on the Reaping next, and I cannot wait. I am so excited. I have not started it. I just put my bookmark in last night, but I am so excited. I can't really say much more than that. I am just really enjoying being back in this world. I did not expect to love The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes as much as I did. I thought it was phenomenal. And it gets pretty dark at some points. So like, yeah, it's just worth the read. Can't wait to continue. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's all I have for you guys this week, and I'll talk to you next Monday. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for talking books with me.